Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Martha has adopted my fast cooking system about a year ago. She really enjoys stir frying, and she was happy with eating more vegetables and liked their flavors. Recently, her niece came to visit her, and she cooked dinner for her and her husband. When they found out that she was stir-frying with canola oil, they refused her dinner. And they told her that canola oil was toxic and she should never use it again. In addition, they said she should not stir-fry because stir-frying produced toxic oil films. Martha was quite upset. So after they left, she messaged me and asked me, "Is that true?" I told her what my friend Robert told me. Robert is a cardiologist, and he is also a strong advocate for a healthy diet. He told me all cooking oils are safe as long as they are consumed in moderation. Some cooking oils are considered to be better than others because they elevate the level of high-density lipoprotein in the blood. And when compared to ultra-processed food, the amount of cooking oil that are used in stir-frying creates a minimum level of damage to the cardiovascular system. And if stir-frying with the use of cooking oil can improve the consumption of vegetables, then it is all worthwhile. Robert said only 10% Americans eat the minimum requirement of vegetables as recommended by the FDA. Instead of consuming cooking oil, most people eat a lot of fat that come from animal food product. He said this causes far more damage to the cardiovascular systems than the amount of cooking oil that is being used in stir-frying. And furthermore, deep frying like this is another serious problem. So he said life is all about moderation. And he said that this is true for everything in life, including water. If a person drinks too much water, they will get sick or even die. And when it comes to stir-frying with cooking oil, moderation is the key. One should use only as much as it is needed. The reason that food tastes better when cooked in oil is due to the well-known chemical reaction known as the Maillard reaction. When food cooked in oil, it can reach a temperature that will lead to the production of flavor molecules. This temperature can be achieved not just by cooking oil, but it also can be achieved by, in the case of baking. One of the indications that the production of this molecule is the browning on the surface of the food ingredient. As in the case of baking bread, you see the brown coloration on the surface of the bread. You will also notice that in the case of deep frying. This only happens when food reaches certain temperature, which is not in the case of steaming or boiling. Animal fat used to be used for cooking. However, in the recent years that animal fat is refrained from use as cooking oil because animal fat lead to the increase of low-density lipoprotein, which is often referred to as the bad cholesterol. Today, almost all vegetables come from plants. And with a few exceptions, most of them are come from seeds of the plant. The health benefits of the cooking oil depend on the source of the seeds, as well as how the oil is being extracted. People have personal preference of what oil they like to use. However, no matter what type of oil that one chooses to use, it is a good idea to use as little as possible, just enough to do the job. In this video, I'm going to provide you with 6 guidelines on how to minimize the amount of oil that you use in stir-frying. Guideline number 1 is to start with a minimum amount of oil that is required to cover the surface of the wok. I use a Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok, and it has a relatively large flat surface area. I usually start out with about 1 to 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, which is about enough to cover the flat surface area of the wok. If you use a round bottom wok or a wok with a small flat surface area, you probably can use even less cooking oil. The second guideline is that always match the oil with the amount of ingredients that you are cooking. For example, if just frying one egg, you only need a very small amount of cooking oil, whereas if you are cooking a large portion of rice, then you need more cooking oil. Because if you don't have enough cooking oil, your food ingredients will become burned. And if you put in too much cooking oil, then you use more oil than it is necessary. Guideline number 3 is to match the oil with the ingredients that you are cooking. Different food ingredients has different oil absorbing capacity. Some food absorb more oil. Eggplant is a good example. When you stir fry eggplants in a wok, you will notice that the oil is completely absorbed by the eggplant very rapidly. However, some food ingredients such as green beans do not absorb much oil at all, and in this case you notice that there's still a lot of oil present in the bottom of the wok. Once you understand the oil absorbing capacity of the food ingredients, you can make appropriate adjustment accordingly. This will minimize your use of cooking oil. This takes some experience, but you will learn from observations based on different type of food ingredients that you were stir frying. Guideline number 4, add additional oil as needed during cooking. It is better to start with a minimum amount of oil, so this will not happen when you realize that you have way too much oil. And you can always add more oil as you cook. This is a good strategy to prevent you from using too much cooking oil. Guideline number 5 is to store your cooking oil in a squeeze bottle. This will help you to dispense your oil more precisely. This will also make it more convenient as well when you need to add just a little bit more oil during the cooking process. Guideline number 6. Anytime during stir frying, you should see there no extra oil in the bottom of the wok. This is an indication that you are just using the right amount of cooking oil. Okay, so let me quickly summarize these 6 guidelines. Guideline number 1, to start with the minimum amount of cooking oil that you think is required to cook. Guideline number 2, to match the oil with the amount of ingredients that you are cooking. Guideline number 3 is to match the amount of cooking oil with the ingredients that you are cooking. With some ingredients you might want to use more, whereas some other ingredients you can use less. And guideline number 4, you can always add more oil during the cooking process. This way you can start out with minimum amount of oil. Guideline number 5, use a squeeze bottle to facilitate the process of adding oil to the wok. Guideline number 6, there should be no extra oil sitting at the bottom of the wok. If that is the case, you know that you are using too much cooking oil. After I explained this to Marge, she felt more comfortable. But she told me that she would have kept using cooking oil for stir frying anyway because she loved the vegetable flavor that comes from stir frying. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. By using my fast cooking system, you will find home cooking to be practical, efficient, creative, and fun. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.